Sup. My name is Rick for the TheYugiohCouncil. Excuse the Matt. Usually we have the SAO one. But this week, the SAO one is under cleaning. It's getting cleaned up and all that nice stuff. So since it's getting cleaned up and ironed, it's out of commission for a day. So with this one's the only one I have. With that out of the way, we're going to talk about the ban list. We're going to talk about what we want, well, I want, and what I think we'll see. And then you guys hopefully will have done that on the live stream. If not, you can do it here too. It's all good. The live stream is basically going to be straight out just about the ban list, and it'll be out before this. And then next week, a week from today, that will actually make its way to the council so you guys can see what we said in the live stream. Because there's no taking back of the live stream. So let's talk about the ban list. What can we expect from Konami? They're going to push everything they can to make more sales. That's just bottom line Konami. Something that a lot of people are predicting, but I am predicting against, is a hit on Infinities. And the reason I'm saying against is because we have Legendary Collection 5Ds coming out in about, 2 weeks? Comes out right after the ban list. So hypothetically, Infinities will be a big part of that. Why hit something now when you can use that to make sales? But as I said previously, you can use an indirect hit, such as Soul Charge, to massively hit everything else because Soul Charge is not making Konami money right now. That's the theory behind how things work in the world of Konami. What I personally want to see is where I'm going to start from the beginning of this video. And what I personally want to see, the biggest one is always Heavy Storm. I know some of you agree, some of you don't. We're not going to go into big ass details. I just really think this game needs a shake-up, and Heavy Storm is the biggest one. Another thing I would like to see, honestly, Burning Abyss is topping, but I'm not going to sit here and slaughter the deck before we get more support. I would just say a hit on Torgai would be logical, and something that Konami would probably do, I'd say to 2 or some shit, just to slow it down a little bit. Something I personally really, if I was going on a killing spree, would be Midrash down to 1. Because Midrash just basically says you can't play your deck. And you can't play your deck, that's not good Yu-Gi-Ohs. I mean, there are other things I like to be, seeing hit that are overdue. Basically, if I had my way, I throw out the power creep. We start from Dragon Rulers and we work our way up. Anything else where it would be dealt with the next ban list in 3 months, and that power creep would be killed off. When I say the power creep, let me just say, when I say Dragon Rulers, is because Dragon Rulers are the quintessential way of saying that a deck will never die. And when a deck doesn't die, that in Mermails, it gets really freaking annoying because you're thinking, okay, meta change, I'm going to go, nope, same shit. And that's how I was talking about the shake-up, how I feel the game really needs a shake-up so it's not quite as stale as it is right now, Heavy Storm being a big part of that. And honestly, like 20 other cards could easily come off the list of Heavy Return. So hypothetically on my list, Heavy Storm the 1, ban the Dragon Rulers, just get them out of the way. Put the proper hits on Shadows without murdering the cells. Put the hit on Sanctum because it needs it. No one's denying that. Because if you take down a little bit of Shadow, you gotta take a little bit down the Artifact because they do splash it. It's still splashed everywhere. I'm okay with Fire and Ice Hands. Maybe you will disagree with that. I'm okay with them. Soul Charge needs to be put down to 1, just mainly because it lowers the power creep of Infinities, rising up again, and puts them back in around tier 2 status. That's pure understanding of how this game works when you think about that. Something I personally would kill to see back, and many of you will disagree, is Dark Strike Fighter with the errata because Legendary 5Ds is right around the corner. So having that come back would just be great because this is the September list, October list, and you do want things to shake up a little. So the 2 things I really want back are Heavy and Dark Strike Fighter. Dark Strike Fighter really can't do shit right now. I mean, there is that Gaga really inconsistent FTK, but it's really freaking inconsistent, so I'm not too worried about that, quite honestly. Another thing I would personally like to see from this ban list is Konami take more of a grab on the reins of the ropes and say, you know what, power creep is killing our game, it's making us bored, it's making the players boring. The set 5 format's gotta go, even with the way it is now. And I mean, if you hit Dragon Rulers, we could quintessentially bring back 30 freaking cards that were limited by the ban list just from them alone. Stop hitting the Eclipse Wyverns and start hitting the Dragon Rulers, because then Clips Wyverns can't be banished out as easy, and they take longer. Now, I'm going to touch upon Lightsworn just to touch upon Lightsworn. I'll give you JD to 2 or 3 or whatever. 1. I don't really give a shit. Like, personally, I don't. But I'm just going to say this nicely as I possibly can. If you hit the dragon, they're just still going to have ways to keep it coming back. And honestly, the big target should be Illumina, because Illumina gets you the speed with Raiden, and then Raiden gets you more speed. And if you understand that much, you play Lightsworn long enough. At least that's in my mind. What I think Konami will do, let's start with that section, because that's just, I want minor things. I don't want tons of things. Compulsive 3, Deep Prison, I think those 2 are 3 now, I'm not even sure anymore. But what I'm talking about is the back row to come back a little bit, but Heavy Storm to come back to deal with it, because that way more decks will start rising up. Quillahawks, and this is going to be my argument about Heavy Storm, Quillahawks die to back row. Believe it or not, they actually do die to back row when there's like set 4 back row. It makes it harder for them to set up. So in Konami mind, hey, look, we want to sell this shit. Let's put Heavy back that, what. Then Starlight Road could be used more. There you go. Problem solved. Argument over argument. But going on, what I think Konami will do is no Heavy Storm, no Dragon Ruler ban, no Power Creep fix. I think they're, honest to God, going to put Infernity Archfiend either banned or at 1, or just put Necromancer at 1, or just something really stupid. Now, I don't get butthurt over Banlist, but I do see a lot of stupid coming out of Konami very shortly. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm really not going to in this video. I'm really not going to sugarcoat anything from this point out. The biggest problem I see coming out of Konami's gate is they want to move Legendary Collection 5Ds. Let's bring back Trishulya to 1. That seems logical, because bringing back Trishulya to 1 helps increase the sales, so we can throw the bitch in there. Hell, even bringing Bridal back to 1 could help increase the sales, but there's multiple things they can do for that. I mean, Vanity's Emptiness alone is going to sell the shitload out of that. But we're talking hypothetically, as nothing's been confirmed as yet outside of Quasar and Black Rose. And probably Stardust. Probably. In all seriousness, though, what I expect from Konami is, like I said, something really stupid, and we're talking really stupid. We could see Zengen returning just to promote Burning Abyss more. As if they don't have enough searchers, they'll get 1 more. And keep in mind that Noble Knights are something they really freaking want you to buy up like a motherfucker, but not everyone truly believes in the deck. I personally think there's too much crap for them to be tier 1, but we're going to talk about that on Thursday. I can see them putting reinforcements of the army at 3 just to promote Noble Knights while also promoting Satella Knights. So get 2 birds in 1 stone by selling you shit that that will just go nuts, because play Rhoda, get Dweb gets another search, there you go, it plays itself. That's autopilot. Noble Knight, get Mirage, equip card, use effect, get Boars, use effect, re-equip to Murdar, go into rank 5. Am I doing it right? I think I am. Pretty autopilot stuff. I'm not bashing on decks, I'm not, but I'm talking from the Konami's perspective. Gear are coming out with a structured deck. How do we sell Gear? Gear is, I think it's Gear. It's a trap card. I can't remember the name on top of my head. All I know is that shit's at 1. Hey, let's put it back to 2 or 3 just for 1 format so we can sell the damn deck. This is Konami we're talking about at TCG. They've done this shit before. They put 6 cents back at 1 about a year ago just to sell Legendary Collection 3. Oh, was it 4? I think it was 4. It was 3 or 4. No, it had to be 3 because Dragon Ruler format. Point is that they did that just to sell the damn thing to you, but it was going to sell either way. But they wanted it to sell harder, faster, and more. So, going by that logic, we could see a lot of unpredictable changes happening. In the same case, we could probably see something like we did when Morphine Jar got banned, and it was a what the fuck thing. Really could. And when I say the what the fuck thing, we could easily, as much as it's going to kill me to say, you want to talk what the fuck thing, Konami could straight out ban BLs. You know why they would ban BLs? It's because BLs is a counter to the killer. Because the killer will lower it by 500, but as long as you have a monster in hand, you can counter it. There you go, you protect it, make BL 3000, bitch smack the fucking killer, and you basically take out Quillahawks to a certain extent. Now Quillahawks can run Compulse and about 20 other things, but that's a whole nother argument. But going by Konami logic, Infernity Archfiend 1 or bans. Maybe Soul Charge if we're lucky. Probably Infernity Launcher. Kiss your Infernity deck goodbye. I'm doing it now. Not even joking. Not even butthurt over it. Don't even care. They could probably straight out say, okay, Armageddon Knight, Mathematician, all limited because of Shadows. That slap on the wrist kind of thing. And that I can understand because they still have more Shadows coming out. They probably will for about a year or two. Burning Abyss, let's slap, just on the wrist, let's slap that tour guy. They may even go as far as slapping Vanity's Emptiness because it says no special links. So slapping Vanity's Emptiness equals more sales because all your decks special summon. So since all your decks want a special summon, that just means more sales. But then again, they also hurt their own sales if ID's collection sale. That can go either way, knowing Konami. Either way. I want to know in the comments what you guys think they'll do, what you want to see from the ban list. I always say this every ban list season. It is always an okay time. It's kind of boring, at least for me, because I can't really get too many deck profiles out because the deck profiles are like, I'll wait the 2 fucking weeks and go to October and I'll focus more on Coffee Times and Tech Tuesdays and stock markets, the meat and bones of what this channel is. Not, I'm going to do a deck profile, hey guys, September format, and then 2 weeks later do the same deck profile in October format. It's kind of silly. That's not a knock to anyone who's been recently featured on the channel. It's perfectly fine, don't worry about it. I'm just making a point. Talking about myself. For all those who keep asking about Blue Eyes, it is coming, but obviously, like I just said, I don't like posting out in September when we have the October list coming right around the corner. And then the first week of October, we're relaunching the second channel finally, and I'll be taking the reins of that shit, so it's going to be a lot of running around. So eventually Blue Eyes will come out sometime in October, for those of you wondering. I'm taking the time to do it right, let me just say that much. I'm still not happy with version 7, I would go back to version 6. So, lots of versions. On one last note. If you were not part of the live stream, we do it every Monday or Tuesday, sometimes random days. There's a video that pops up right before we are live streaming. Just keep that in mind. So here or Facebook, both of them, we post them both up about 5-10 minutes before we're streaming. That gives people time to come in, and you're not just coming in the middle of the stream. What you're going to see from the video next week is basically stream highlights, but it'll be council gathering, stream highlights, ban list discussion kind of thing. So, I'll see you in the next video. I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.